Hi everyone, how are you all? This is me again, dor.sack, and today I'm going to share with you another creative video. This time it's not going to be for bullet journaling, but if you are interested in any of those, I'm going to link all of mine down in the description box below. But in this video, I'm going to share with you my DIY spring greeting card. Spring is here and I'm so excited because I love spring holidays. I love Passover and Easter, and we do have family and friends that celebrate both. So I thought it would be a great opportunity to just save some money and make my own cards. Also, I've been very into watercolors lately, so I thought it would be just a great opportunity to experiment. And so all of these cards are not going to be too hard to make. So hopefully it will inspire you to make your own. If you did like this video and find it inspiring, please leave me a comment down below. And yeah, without further ado, let's dive into it. So for the cards, I'm using the watercolor cards by Strathmore. They are just blank cards, 300 GSM, very heavy duty, so they're really appropriate for watercolors, and obviously they're coming with a matching envelope. And for the watercolors, I'm using the set Petersburg, the set of 24 colors. I really love these watercolors. I feel like they're really high quality and I've been loving them so far. Obviously you need some pens, pencil and eraser, some brushes, make sure they're the round tip, or you can use these as well. It doesn't really matter, both are great. You will also need an artist tape, a ruler, and some paper towels, and that's it. So first of all, I'm opening the card. It's easier for me to work like that. It gives me a flat surface, and then I'm dividing the paper to the size that I want. So in this case, I'm taking 1¼ inch from each side and 1 inch from the top and the bottom, and then I'm gonna create a rectangle using the ruler. And after creating the rectangle, I'm making sure that the rectangle is secured by the tape, so I'm using the tape, and that's it. We can start coloring. Then it's time to decide the colors that you're gonna use. Basically, I'm just mixing them with a little bit of water to make them very thin and not super pigmented. I'm using a lot of greens, some yellows, and also pink and red. That's the color palette that I'm gonna use for these cards, and I really love them for spring. And for the first card, I'm showing you something that takes a little bit longer actually, but it's one of my favorites, so I decided to start off with this one. All you need to do is basically create lines. They don't need to be perfect, and make sure they are in different lengths. Then I just created those dots. They don't need to be a specific size or anything. Just let your brush do whatever you decide to do. And yeah, it will create a variation of sizes and colors, and since I'm using quite a few colors, I feel like it gives a lot of variation as well with the colors, not just the shape of the dots. It doesn't need to look perfect. That's the whole idea. It's really easy and simple. It just takes a little bit time just because of all the dots, but it's worth it. Let me tell you, it looks great in the end. And once you're done, I'm usually let it dry for a few minutes and then go back again with more pigment, just making sure the contrast is there, and yeah, just giving it a little bit more depth. I think it looks way more interesting that way. For the second card, I decided to create something a little bit more feminine, and so I wanted to do something with roses. So what I did is basically creating those forms of color and making sure to have a lot of blank areas, so basically leaving a lot of white areas. I just feel like it makes it a little bit more airy. And for this one, I use a slightly different technique. I start with really light forms, make sure I have a lot of blank space just to make each form pop a little bit more on the white paper, and slowly adding more and more pigment like before, making the contrast deeper. And again, I let it dry for a few more minutes and adding a little bit more pigment to make it pop a little more. Next is the most simple one of all, and basically all I did is created those two branches of leaves and made sure they're really simple, nothing too fancy, the same kind of leaves, so really don't need to think about it too much. And I used the same technique as before, so I started with a really light color and added more and more pigment to it. To make it a little bit more interesting, since it's pretty simple, I added a few colors. I added a little bit of green, deep green, yellow, and every time I added water, I made sure I just touched the water and made the color spread the way that it wants. And I just love the effect of watercolor. You don't really know what to expect, but the end result is always super cool in my opinion. And yeah, I really love this one. It's super simple and I love the vibe that it gives. And for the fourth card, I decided to incorporate flowers again. This time I created 3 branches of flowers, and again I did the same as before, created those forms, left those blank areas, those white areas, and made sure I let it dry a little bit and add more pigment again to create a little bit more depth and interest. Really love this one as well. Very springy. Love the effect, and I think it's one of my favorite actually. And for the 5th card, I wanted to do something similar to the first card since I love it so much. I decided that instead making the leaves fall from the top, just make them come from all directions, creating this empty circle in the center. And I just thought it will be more defined and still very effortless. I really love these leaves. They're so cool in my opinion. And so for the leaves, I did the same as before. I used different colors, different shapes, and yeah, just decided which dot will be connected to each stem. Once I was done with the leaves and everything felt right, I let it dry a little bit more and added a little bit more pigment, the same as before. Just make some a little bit deeper and darker to create a little bit more contrast, and yeah, let it dry again and moved on to the last one. And for the last one, I wanted something floral again, and I was thinking about cherry blossom. I can't believe I just realized I didn't do one right at the beginning, but luckily I thought about it in the end, and I just created one large stem with those small flowers. I'm not sure it ended up looking like a cherry blossom, but it gave a nice effect. And again, I did the same as before, just creating the forms with a watercolor, leaving white blank areas, adding more and more pigment to it as I thought was necessary. And yeah, I think this one is one of my favorites as well. I just love the pink. I feel like it's so springy and I can't wait to give it to someone special. I love this one. And that's it. Once I finished with that one as well, I left it to dry and went backing with the first one, creating those lines. So my goal was to create a very illustrated look. In order to get this illustrated look, I just used a pen and went over the perimeter of each shape that I created before and made sure it's not perfect. The whole idea is that it will look like it's very raw and undone. I just love this look. That's why it's super easy. You really don't need to think about it too much. If you're out of the line, it's perfect because that's exactly what I'm trying to achieve anyway myself. Yeah, and that's what I'm doing for each one of them. Very quickly. I love the way that it looks, and if you feel like it's too much for you, you can use a thinner pen. I'm using 0.1 and 0.3, depends on the way that I felt for each card. And if you want to go bolder, you can even use thicker ones. You can use 0.5 or 0.8 for a very bold illustrated look. Now that I think about it, I might try a little bit more. and make something a little bit bolder in the future. But overall, I really love the way that all of them turned out. It's exactly what I wanted. Very simple. It really didn't take me too long to make, and I really enjoyed making them. Let me know if you tried making any of these. I really would love to know. Just leave me a comment below and I would love to hear what you think. And yeah, that's it. I'm doing that for all of them. Some of them takes a little bit longer than the others. The one with the small leaves obviously will take longer since you created a lot more shapes to cover, but the ones with the flowers anyway takes really nothing, like few seconds to do. It really depends on how much time you want to spend on it. I really enjoyed it, so I didn't care going over all the shapes. If you don't have time to go over all the shapes that you created, for example the one with the smaller leaves, you can just leave a few that are untouched at all and it will still look cool, I promise. Now I'm just taking the tape off and obviously erasing the pencil, and that's it. We're done. Didn't take too long. I really love how everything turned out. Let me know what you guys think. Which one was your favorite? Please let me know in the comments. If you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to see you again in the future, and I wish you a happy holiday, and that's it. See you in the next one. Bye!